Yo, what is up, my tubers? We're back for some more drafting here on Magic Online. Got some more of this lovely Dominaria Remastered format. There will be an early access event in a few days from this recording date. I think it's on like February 2nd that we'll get some early access. All will be one, but for now, we'll load up with some more Dom Remastered. So thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe. Let's jump into our pick one, pack one. We opened a double rare pack with Siege Gang Commander and Arcades Sabbath. Arcades is a big hard pass, but Siege Gang Commander, if you've never played with that card, you're missing out, because this one is a doozy. Pretty much a limited bomb. Doesn't put a huge creature on the battlefield, but it puts a lot of creatures on the battlefield with a pretty good ability of the Siege Gang. Lots of good cards in this pack, actually. Assault and Battery is a really, really nice one, especially if you can cast both sides of it. Just really super versatile. Fire Blast is decent. Tiana's okay. Pacifism's aight. Siege Gang Commander is just the #1 easy pick here. Maybe we can do a fun little Goblin deck. See if we can pick up some good Goblin-type cards, but for now, our second pick, as we get past a Mystic Remora reprint, is going to be, I guess, Deep Analysis. That's probably the right choice. There's no good Goblin in this pack. I don't think Goblin Medics is any good, although I will say there's a pseudo combo together right here. The Medics, whenever it becomes tapped, it deals 1 damage to any target with the Hermetic Study. Turns into a Fire and Ice. Build your own Fire Ice. Yeah, I just think this is probably a Deep Analysis here. If we end up going red-blue, that would be like the Stormy style decks. Red-black is the true Goblin archetype. But it is possible we don't end up playing the Siege Gang Commander. I mean, maybe we pick one, pack one, this, and red isn't open. So just take the best card here, and I think that's the Deep Analysis. What does this one do again? Urza's Incubator. Choose a creature type. Creatures that are chosen type cost 2 less to cast. It's pretty funny. Pack 3, rather pick 3, is giving us like a Phyrexian Rager. It's not a Goblin, but it is in black. Cloud of Fairies is decent. No, I think Rager's probably the right choice here. 3 mana, 2/2 draw card. Remember, a lot of these creatures in the Masters, Dominaria Remastered, are actually kind of weak. In fact, the general creature quality, I would say, is kind of weak, except for some of the more bomby cards. So a card like Phyrexian Rager does have a lot of good value to it compared to a lot of stuff. Yeah, let's do that. Into maybe a Dark Withering. That's a nice one. Destroy target non-black creature with Madness. Not sure how many ways you're going to have to turn on Madness in red-black. There's also a Recoil here, and this is one of my favorite cards. Back in the day, this was a pretty funny one to play in like the Dromar decks. Dromar control decks. Return a permanent to its owner's hand that includes a land, then that player discards a card. Is pretty sick. We could actually be moving maybe into like the red or the blue-black control deck too. Like I said, we might have first picked the Siege Gang and not going to end up running it. All right, I'll try taking the Dark Withering here and seeing what happens. Okay, pick 5. Aven Fisher is fine, not exciting. Same thing with Cackling Fiend. It's fine, but not exciting. There's a Factory here we could take. There's Prospector, which is okay for the Goblins. The Lancer is also okay if you end up in Goblins. I guess the smart thing would be to lean in towards red because Siege Gang is that strong. I might go for Synergy here over Power and actually take a Skirk Prospector 5th pick. This is kind of weird, but I don't mind doing this. Has high upside. This pack, we have like a Darigaz's Caldera for a little bit of red-black fixing. Infinite Medics, we've seen those. It's not a Goblin, even though it kind of looks like a Goblin. The Wretched Anurid, Zombie Frog Beast. 2 mana, 3/3. Whenever any other creature enters the battlefield, I lose 1 life. So it's aggressive, but in a racing situation, it can become very awkward. I don't think Twist Experiment's any good as a removal spell. I guess the Caldera is maybe the safe choice. I guess the Serpent's probably the best card in the pack. Yeah, let's just stay open, and it's a cycling card. There's a Crab. Okay, I might take a Crab, because if we get that Hermetic Study on the wheel, or maybe we get like a Quicksilver Dagger later, that would be fine. Pretty Late Gerard's Verdict. This card's fantastic. A couple of free cycling cards if you wanted to, and the Dogs in the Meadow. I mean, Scout's okay for the Goblin deck, too. Don't get me wrong. But I haven't seen much good red. In fact, I haven't seen any good red, so I'd rather take the Crab here. Yeah, again, another pretty weak pack. Duress has a lot of good upside. Overtaking the Caldera. Yeah, let's do that. So a free cycler there. We'll take the Scout now. Again, red has not been open at all, so this is not any kind of sign to me, as we'll just take the cycling land here. All the medics on the wheel, no big deal. Anurid. Another free cycler. I don't know. I wouldn't say that was a good pack one. But we kind of have somewhat of a direction. We can go like blue-black control. We can try to go red-black goblins. We could do red-blue. I mean, we don't have a good storm start, but we could do like red-blue control-y with Crab, Hermetic Study type stuff. I'd say that was a weaker pack one for me, but that's okay. They can't all be winners. And hopefully we open some good stuff in packs 2 and 3, right? Yeah, another Wretched Anurid. 2-mana 3/3s are fat in this format. Sulfuric Vortex, the open now. Not going to be taking that one. We have quite a few options. It just depends on how we want to lean towards. We'll go through them. Fact or Fiction. Insano card draw effect. Can't go wrong with that. Counterspell's decent if we're going the more control-y route. There's that Hermetic Study I was talking about to go along with the Crab, and had I taken medics, we're probably going to wheel all the medics, so that's a thing to consider. Ickerslick, fantastic cycling / removal spell / both. And then like Mog War Marshal for the Goblin deck. Realistically, what are we looking at here? Probably the Ickerslick. I don't have any true allegiance to blue. Black is our best color, so it's probably correct to just lean in toward that for now. Yeah, we'll take the Slick. There's a Frantic Search here. Swords. Aquamoeba for a little bit of madness value with like Dark Withering or Slick. Spark Spray is okay. Goblin. Evil Eye is okay. Ghoul is okay. Tough. I'm waffling here a little bit. And there's not like a great safe black card that I can take here. Why do I want to take Frantic Search? Just doesn't have much synergy in our deck. Kind of want to take the Spark Spray too. I think I'm leaning towards red-black still. We should see a decent amount of red-black this pack. I'm going to go ahead and take the spray. Decimate. That's a fun one. Destroy target artifact, target creature, target enchantment, and target land. So before you say, wow, this card's nuts, remember you have to target one of each of those type of permanents. If there's not one of them to target, you cannot cast this card in the first place. Dedapult, sack a zombie, deals 2 damage to any target. We have a couple zombies, actually. The Ragers, sorry, not the Ragers, the Wretched Anurids are all zombies. Goblin Turncoat for the Goblin deck. A couple other random red goblins here. Could also just take Mind Stone. Again, not very appealing, this pack. Oh man, this just feels like it's going to be a bad goblin deck if I lean into it. We're going to wheel a red card here, right? So I'm going to take the Mind Stone. Chainer's Edict. There's a Terror here as well. Another Sword's crazy. All right, let's take the Terror over the Chainers. I think that's better. Good old Wrath of God. Urborg Uprising seems like a fine value card. Over, say, Aquamoeba. Damn, some late card draw effects. Oh, and the Croesus's Catacombs, too. Oh, yay. Once again, the safe pick would be the land, but that's a lot of good blue cards coming around. Yeah, I guess I'm supposed to be blue-black control, aren't I? Which means these wretched Anurids are just super bad, though. I'm going to take another Deep Analysis. And then maybe another Mind Stone. Cut the red, I guess? Sorry, Siege Gang. Circular Logic, Aben Fisher. I mean, maybe the Aquamoebas wouldn't have been bad. There were quite a few cycling cards we saw go around. I don't actually think the Hyalopterus Lemur is a terrible finisher in these type of decks. It's like a 5-mana 3/3 flyer, which is not bad. But these Anurids are definitely not going to be good here. Okay, there's Aquamoeba. Oh, you know what? The Evil Eyes are also not terrible win cons. I feel like we'd probably rather have the Aquamoebas, though, to go along with a little bit of the madness. But also just early blockers. Crab is also a cut here right now. Did wield the Turncoat. Yeah, let's just take Dragon Engine as a random 1/3. Blue-black, bad control. Is that where we're going? We can sideboard the Twisted Experiment for a deck with a bunch of 1 toughness creatures. Man, Urborg Uprising just does nothing with 4 creatures in our deck. Oh boy. Huh. Well, pack 3 is going to have to be good. That's some good wheels. Aquamoeba again. Sure. Blue-black madness control. Okay. Another Dragon Engine. All right, pack 3. Make me happy. Man, there's the Goblin Crusade. Is the deck just better if I throw in all of the stupid red-black cards and play this Drowner's Crusade? It might actually be. Like, there's a Hermetic Study here now, but we only have that 1 crab anyways. Let's do it. The Siege Gang Commander is still my best card in this pool that I've drafted, so... Even though we lose out on double Deep Analysis, it feels like this is the right play, and then just take every single goblin that we see. Fire Blast here for some extra reach. Goblins? No goblins still. Ichor Slick again. Another Hermetic Study, whatever. What is happening this draft? How many goblins do I have? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this Crusade's probably not going to get there unless I pick up like 5 more goblins. We would replace the Mind Stones in this build with the Anurids, I guess. To go for more early pressure. I mean, legitimately, that doesn't look bad. It's just it doesn't have very many playables. Gosh, some good blue stuff going around here. But there's the Solar Blast, too. The 10th Hermetic Study we've seen. That's the first Mana War. Oh, I didn't realize Cackling Fiend was a zombie. Interesting. Oh, there's the Quicksilver Dagger, too, dude. Oh, God. But I don't think we were ever supposed to be in blue-red, were we? Or maybe we were. I should just take the Goblin Matron here. Tutoring for Siege Gang Commander is just way too solid. There goes an Empty the Warrens for our Dralnus Crusade, too. Another deep analysis. Holy smokes, I am upset. Is there a world where splashing the blue then is correct? What am I taking here if I don't? I guess Wild Dogs for cycling. Yeah, I mean, we don't need a third analysis. Let's just take a cycler. Street Wraith for another free cycler. That's fine over Skirk Prospector, which doesn't have any value in our deck anyways. Okay, a second Goblin Matron actually helps quite a bit too, sure. I mean, that makes running the Crusade not even that bad because we have effectively 3 Siege Gang commanders in our deck. You know? It's probably not even bad to run these Mind Stones. So, cut the analysis and the Dragon Engines. Juggernaut's okay here too. Over Polluted Mire, sure. We're going to end up with a playable deck, surprisingly. Given how I drafted, this is a good spot to be in. Given the way I drafted, not anything else. Let's make that abundantly clear. Yeah, no, I mean, this is a reasonable enough deck. And there were a few other goblins we could have had. There were like 1 or 2 other Subterranean Scouts. There were a trench coat or 2. There was like a festering. But the goblins that we could have had were not even that good anyways. In fact, I would rather have gotten the Empty the Warrens instead of a lot of the other goblins. But the Matron was just too good here when we have the Siege Gang, you know? I'd say the overall drafting process, I'd give myself a C grade, maybe a little bit worse. But the end product deck is actually not bad given how the draft went, so we'll take it. Okay. Can run 17 lands here since 2 of them cycle and we have a factory, no big deal. I mean, this deck doesn't mind hitting quite a few land drops anyways. I don't think we need the Experiment or the Lightning Reflexes. Yeah, seems totally reasonable. I guess this is... I need to cut 1 spell. I guess I'll cut the Duress. Actually, no. Why am I playing this Skirk Prospector? It's not even good in our deck. In fact, if you look at it, we're kind of more red-black control. This Crusade's a little bit sketchy. This Crusade could probably just be a Dragon Engine, but I'll roll with it. You can imagine having the Crusade with Siege Gang Commander, so that's probably good enough. Alright, not bad. Started from the bottom, and now we're still near the bottom, but at least we're closer to the top. We'll go with that. Let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I guess we don't need that much red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the factory. Getting the double red might be a little bit awkward, but we have quite a few cycling cards, so this is probably reasonable enough. All right. A little bit of a messy draft, but red-black goblin control here. Let's go to round 1 and see if we can do some business. All right, here we are for round 1 of this Dominaria Remastered draft with our red-black goblin-y, control-y something deck here. A decent opening hand, a little bit slow, but if we need to, we can always just maybe kill a creature on turn 3 instead of cycling. Let's go ahead and cycle the Street Wraith immediately. We found ourselves a Wretched Anurid. Okay. There is a chance I will be playing out the Smoldering Crater tapped. As I have a turn 2 Werebear. Oh, no, maybe not now. Don't love the Anurids in this deck, but it is a 2-mana 3/3, which is kind of above value. But let's see. Next turn Matron, turn after that Juggernaut, hopefully turn after that Siege Gang. Cycle Cloud of Fairies, okay. And playing a tap land. We could also just opt to kill their Werebear right now. I don't think that's a bad line of play. Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense, especially since we drew Mind Stone. We'll Ichor Slick the Werebear here, and then next turn we can go Mind Stone into Matron. Tapped blue source, I like that. I don't think playing Juggernaut would be bad there, but grabbing our Siege Gang Commander seems pretty nice, even though the Siege Gang Commander is going to deal us 4 damage. Sorry, the Anurid's going to deal 4 damage to ourselves. Which is why we're going to want to attack here first and see if they opt to block and trade. If not, we're still going to run it out. Because Siege Gang is a hard one to beat. Yeah, deep analysis, that's game over. How do we want to do this? Can I shoot, and win? I mean, that's effectively GG's. Shoot here, attack with all would be 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Very close to lethal if we just decide to swing out here. I don't think it's wrong, though, to just go pop that off. And then maybe double shoot that. Could also attack with all of them but the Siege Gang Commander and see how they block. And then whatever one they block, I can just shoot at their face. Yeah, let's do that instead. And we'll just pass, holding up the Siege Gang activated ability. What a card. Well, that's why we pick one, pack one. It card is just very, very good and does a lot of work by itself. We don't have much of a sideboard, so we just look at it, maybe say, okay, Lightning Reflexes could come in, but probably not, and just ship it back. The Reflexes are good on the Anurids, though, for whatever that's worth. How do we look here? Is this a keep? It seems like a fine keeper here on the draw. Early removal spell Terror, a couple ramp spells. And now we drew our best card. Just need a couple of red sources and we'll be good to go. If they Werebear here, I would probably kill it with Terror. Elvish Spirit Guide to play a 4-drop? Oh no, they're just gonna play the Elvish Spirit Guide as a 2/2. Love that. So we're probably gonna sack one of the Mind Stone off here, because we don't need any more mana, and we really need to find that second red source. So let's go for that plan. Duress. That's not a bad pickup. Let's see what they got going on in. Mystical Tutor Turnabout. And then some scary green creatures. They have Jolrael. Kamal is in this format, apparently. Elvish Aberration. Scrounger. Okay. Scary things. So they're probably going to cycle off their Aberration soon enough, would be my guess. Flashback Deep Analysis in response. Let's tear the Jolrael so they don't get free creatures. This is a little bit rough. Because they have a lot of fat coming down. If they can find one more green source. Hopefully they just have to cycle the Aberration off to get that second green. Peregrine Drake, okay. Cycle Remote Isle. And then probably cycle the Elvish Aberration here, I would think. They don't find it. Yep, okay. So, next turn, they're going to start getting the biggies down. Oh, that's a 4/4/2. Not good, not good. I guess let's cycle the stone, cycle the spray. There's our second red source. I'll have to double block the Werebear here if they attack. Looks like they're... Oh, 7 mana. Well, they drew an Aven Fate Shaper instead. So Kamal's still in their hand. This gets to scry 4 when it ETBs. Oh, this is brutal. Siege Gang Commander would put me down to 11, and then I would take 6 in the air. They would play the Kamal. I guess I don't really have a choice, though. You gotta do what you gotta do. Would love to be able to grind out with Siege Gang Commander and the Urborg Uprising, but we're not going to have that luxury. Alright, alright. That will do it. Let's go to game 3. We're going to need to find ourselves a faster draw, but we don't really have a faster way to go about things. Game 3, round 1, on the play. This needs red sources too badly. I could cycle the Ickerslick, I guess. I'm gonna keep this. This is a little bit greedy, but if we find one red source, we should be fine. They're gonna go for Wild Growth, turn 1, sure. Interesting. And now a cycle? Okay. Cycle again. So they must have quite a few lands in their hand. I'm gonna go ahead and cycle this Slick here, I think. Because we really want to find a mountain. Well, That might be it. Mountain? Okay, still a chance then. Ah, it's just too good to play the Juggernaut this turn, even though Spark Spray on the Werebear is so juicy. I might have unlocked their, like, deep analysis here, though. Ooh, Cloud of Fairies with the Wild Growth land is pretty cool, too. Now they play like a Peregrine Drake, have 3 mana again or something funny. Frantic Search, okay, I love it. Well, turns out killing the Werebear wouldn't have mattered all that much. If they get to 7 cards in their graveyard this turn, I do get punished for not killing the Werebear, I guess. Joel Rail and Fate Shaper discarded. That's 5 cards in their graveyard. They still have 5 mana available. 6 mana now. Wow. That's a pretty juicy first turn. Or not first turn, whatever turn this is. Okay, not too bad. So we have to attack here, so let's go for that first. I don't mind a trade if they do. Let's kill the Werebear now. Dang it, that one's a 4/4. One card left in hand. Alright, let's lose 2 life. Did find another land. We can double block the Werebear if they attack. I'm probably going to have to Solar Blast the Drake, and then we have Withering for any other baddie later on here. That we don't care about. Mind Stone into Solar Blast the Drake. Okay. The Lemur's actually a pretty good draw, too. Because that can gain flying. I might have to chump attack my Anurid away, but I guess it's not even a chump. They can just block with the Floodgate. Oh, that's another really good draw too, isn't it? Okay. I guess we can go Matron, go to 7. Oh, this Anurid's gonna kill me. Go grab our Siege Gang. Pass. I can't even tear my own Anurid. Or Withering it. Both are non-black creatures. That's funny. Their own Juggernaut. That was actually really good for me that they played that. Because when that attacks, I can just trade it for their Anurid, no problem. Or my Anurid, no problem. Let's just pass again. Sit back. Hold up Dark Withering here. Turnabout on my creatures. Alright. So I'm going to kill the Juggernaut. They attack me down to 5. Okay. Now we can attack with basically everything, right? Let's find another red source, hopefully. Beautiful. I'm a little bit tempted to Fire Blast my own Anurid here. What does it do when it dies again? That doesn't matter. If I attack like this, they take 6. I go to 4. That's probably fine. I guess I'll just Uprising back the Juggernaut to draw 1 card. Okay. There's the Kamal. That puts me to 4. Oh, this is going to be so close. This Anurid is killing me. Let's see, they can make lands 1/1s. They can also overrun for enough green. Gosh, if we had one more red source, I think Fire Blasting my own Anurid would have been a good line. But I guess I Fire Blast the Kamal. This damn Anurid, dude, it's gonna kill us. I can't play any of my creatures, and then whenever they draw a creature, I lose at least 1 life. Oh, no. Yeah. I'm at 2. Jeez. Alright, well, I guess that's game over. Would I have won if I didn't play out the Anurid? Maybe? Seems unlikely, though. Good beats. GG's. Control deck didn't really get there. Let's see. Could I have instead... What if I had Fire Blasted this and played out the Siege Gang? I have no red, so it doesn't really do anything. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. GG's. Let's go to the next round. All right, on to round number 2 here. And we have a pretty good looking opening hand. We'll see if the Anurid once again hoses us, because this is a nice aggressive hand, if nothing else. Turn 1 Savannah Lions. Yeah, we gotta go turn 2 3/3 here. I would not be surprised if the Anurid does, you know, close to 10 damage to us this game, but our draw is pretty darn good. Matron, kind of fantastic versus Savannah Lions too. I guess we will go grab the other Matron for the chain, since we already have Siege Gang in hand. Nomad Decoy, that's fine. I feel like Green-White's going to have an extremely hard time dealing with Siege Gang Commander unless they have a Swords. Green-White does not have much good removal besides Swords. Okay, Vigilant Sentry's fine. I'll tap down my Anurid when I attack. I'm okay with that. And then we're just going to start popping everything off. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I don't think Nomad Decoy is very good in this format. Look how much damage I've dealt to myself here. Voice of All Pro Red. Ah, that's going to be quite a beating. Okay, go to combat. They tap down the Anurid again. We're going to play out the Lemur. Lemur can block the Voice of All. It's also just a random 3/3 flyer. I have 10 points of burn next turn if we wanted to. I could have not played out the Lemur and gone for lethal. Let's see. So this is not relevant until they hit threshold. But this has pro black, so they're not going to tap my Anurid this time. They're going to tap my Lemur, would be my guess. I think what we're going to do is just go to combat and see what they do here first. Yep, tap the Lemur. Pass. And then just go for the 2-turn burnout. Sack 3 goblins end of turn. Sack a couple more. And then fire blast them out. For the record, every single point of damage I've taken is from my own Anurid, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12 now. That's good. All right, shoot face. Shoot face. I guess I should probably shoot the decoy once. Doesn't change anything. We can still kill them next turn, and that way they have to like block the Lemur instead. Maybe we can get them to tap out a little bit of mana here. And then if they tap out of mana, we know the coast is clear in case they have like a renewed faith for cycling, gain 2 life. Alright, they are going to chump. So I guess there's no rush for me to go for it then. I have lethal here, but we can play it a little bit safe. That's fine. Alright. So now we know the coast is clear, right? Let them go to combat. Easy enough. Alright, this actually looks like it's going to be an okay matchup for us. Man, these Anurids, I wish we had anything better to replace them with. I don't even have that many creatures in my deck, and they still just do us infinite damage. These just needed to be any other creature, and specifically a goblins. If these Anurids were just like any goblins, our deck would be so much better. Tutorable with the Matron, pumpable with the Crusade, but instead, they're 2-mana 3/3s that deal me 10 damage every game. I do think there's probably a good deck for these, but this is not it, so... Lesson learnt. In the future, draft some uber aggro deck with this one. Okay, here we are for the next game of this Dominaria Remastered draft, round 2, up a game. Playing against green-white Threshold. This is probably not a great matchup for us, but we have a pretty nice opening hand where we can just clear their first few plays. I'm just going to immediately Spark Spray that. Other option was to play Factory, because on turn 2, the Factory would actually be able to block as surprisingly a 3/3. Oh, and it looks like the opponent's probably just going to be GG'd here. All right, let's go ahead and just Matron for Siege Gang, and maybe they just concede from there. Cleric, that's fine. Looking for one more land. I don't know, this hand seems like it's going to be pretty hard for a green-white to beat, especially when they're missing so many land drops. Okay. Removal, removal, removal. Recursion. And some nice ones. There's the 5th land. Go ahead and scout one of our matrons. Attack with the Rager and the unblockable matron. I guess they could probably have like a Wrath of God in their deck, which might get us, but... Ooh, they have a Divine Sacrament. That's pretty good. White creatures get +1/+1. But let's just go for the throat. Tear their cleric. And yeah, easy enough. That wasn't much of a game. Opponent missed some land drops, and we had a really, really fantastic draw. Okay, let's go to round 3 and see if we can pull off a 2-1. All right, third and final round of this Dominaria Remastered draft. We have lost the die roll. And we have a turn 2 Stinky Anurid. Turn 2, turn 3, turn 4. This is fine. I guess I'll lead off with Factory. There's no harm there, right? Another blue-green deck with a turn 2. Ah, Nature's Lore. Okay. They'd be doing some ramping. Into a Horseshoe Crab. This Duress is probably going to be good then. Let's take a peek. They did have a Hermetic Study in hand. Got them good. They're left with Horseshoe Crab number 2 and a Terravore, so right now they've got nothing going on. They drew a Cloud of Fairies. That's just a 1/1 flyer, sure. Into Crab number 2. All right, Terravore last card. We play the Lemurs. We get to start racing. We'll sack the Mind Stone next turn, most likely. Yeah, and they just have Terravore in hand, so this is going to be a pretty easy... Oh, no, don't do that. I can give it flying. Yep, there they go. So, I think we start off by sacking the Mind Stone. Okay, that's not terrible. Cycle away the Mire. Good. I guess we do just attack with Lemur here for 3 in the air. Because while trading off the Anurid for one of those is probably okay, it's still just not quite good enough. That card is insane. Forgotten Ancient. Did not realize that this was in the format. So that's going to be our Dark Withering target for sure. Holy crap, that card is nice. Yeah, they might have to chump the lemur this turn. Oh, they didn't. They're just going to go down to 4. Okay. Frantic Search. I will say, because I cycled the Polluted Mire, they can play Terravore out as a 1/1. But they discarded it. Besides the Forgotten Ancient, it does look like they're kind of all in on the crab study plan. Yeah, it's not good for them to attack with more since we have the factory online too. Okay. Well, we're flooded, but both players are living off the top and we have more pressure on them, so if they just draw a brick here, we are going to win it. They drew Hermetic Study. Okay, so they can ping twice. Looks like they're going to kill the Rager outright. This is not a good play, though, right? Because now they have to leave that back to block. Now we just win. Good. So multiple studies, multiple crabs. Do we have any extra removal? Nope, because our sideboard's bad. So we have Blast, Withering, Shoot Down, Blast, 2 Slicks, Terror. Actually, we have a good number of removal spells for the crab plan. Okay. So while it might be annoying for a turn or two, as long as we play around it, we should be okay. We just need to make sure we hold our removal for the crab with the studies. Move off to game number 2 here of the final round. I think you get your entry fee back if you go 2-1, right? Oh no, you don't. This is not. So this is a separate format. A lot of times if you go 2-1, that's with like cube and stuff. If you go 2-1, you get your entry fee back, but this you only get 2 packs back. That hand's fine. It's keepable. We have our Crusade with 0 goblins, but no worries, I'm sure. Sure, that's not a problem. Oh, there's Mr. Anyard again. All right, let's cycle the Wraith. I'm going to lead with Mountain, because I might want to just Spark Spray off a Cloud of Fairies next turn if they have one. Wild Growth. Into main phase Impulse. Alright, I'll probably cycle the Spark Spray now. Try to find a removal spell that can kill a 3 toughness creature. They only have 1 blue source at the moment, though. Oh, here we go. Frantic Search nets 1 mana with the Wild Growth. They discard 2 lands. Oh, Mr. Terravore, sure. That makes me less inclined to cycle our Smoldering Crater. Or Polluted Delta, or whatever mire. I guess I need to hit double black anyways. So let's play out the mire here. And the stone. There's crab. Okay. And the study immediately. Okay. They only have 1 card left in their hand. Did not find removal spell. I think we go for the last card in their hand, though, and play out the Fiend. Leaden Fists, sure. So they can currently ping for 3. If they drew another island, they're definitely going to play it out. If they didn't, that's good. Alright, well, I have to keep attacking, I think. Do I? Yeah, I think I have to keep attacking here. So shoot me for 2, I go to 9. Go to 7, 6, 5, 4. Urborging those back is not even good. In fact, what I think I'm going to do here instead is cycle with the Mind Stone. Okay. That helps. Play out the crater and pass. Man, if I sack 2 mountains for Fire Blast, the Terravor gets fat, though. There's another blue source. Alright, I'm not going to block with the factory. They would just ping in response anyways. So we just do it in response to them once they tap out of double blue. Oh, they didn't do it in response again. They missed 1 damage there. Hold up, do we still have a chance? Opponent's making a few mistakes. I think I need to keep attacking, because if we just give them more time, then the Anyard's going to kill us anyways, you know? So this is going to put me down to 3. I can still animate the factory here. I can also sacrifice the Mind Stone instead. Oh man, this is gonna be a close one. Nothing? Okay, we have a chance then. We're down to 3. If they had a creature, they would have played it last turn, so I think I do play out the Juggernaut and go to 2. This goddamn Anurid, dude. Get out of my deck. Give me any other 2-drop creature. Uh-oh, they didn't concede. Okay. That makes the Terravor a 4/4, but we can still block with 6 toughness, so the trample's not super relevant there. Oh no. I can so they still need to hit something, because I can go to 1. They need a creature or another way to put a land in the graveyard. This is not good enough. We do it? Ooh, I can also Siege Gang Commander with the trigger on the stack, but... Alright, that was the scariest, stupid, sexy deck I've seen. Well, this wasn't really a sexy deck, but hey, we went 2-1. We almost pulled off a 3-0 just on the power of Siege Gang Commander. I mean, had a lot of good removal here. The double Anurid was the biggest wrench in this deck, but remember how the draft went, right? I was waffling in Grixis the entire time, so the fact that we ended up with a solid playable strategy was kind of nice. Double Matron with Siege Gang Commander. All right, I wouldn't call it goblins, but even though we tried, we still ended up with something okay. Anyways, thanks for watching. As always, we'll see you back for some more Dominaria Remastered for a couple days, and then we'll get all of that Phryxia All Will Be one. Stay tuned.